God still moves. Testimonies of faith, trials, and of a God that cares. I am Joy Tagle, your host for today. And we have a very, very special guest for today, all the way from California, Mr. Jose Valdez. Yes, sir. Welcome to our set.
Oh.
I'm glad you,
Thank you very much.
accept our invitation.
Yes.
And this is going to be a different story. He's going to share his testimony and his experience during the World War II,
World War
right?
II, yeah.
So this is going to be a different one. So I'm very, very excited. I'm sure you guys there are very excited too. So, Sir Valdez, can you tell us your story?
Oh, this happened during World War II when General Douglas MacArthur made his promise to return to the Philippines a reality. General Douglas MacArthur said, I shall return when he left the Philippines and went to Australia to prepare the liberation forces to liberate the Philippines from the hands of the Japanese army forces. Mm-hmm. Now this story is really a true story. I was younger then when this happened. Mm-hmm. I was 10 years old when the Japanese invaded the Philippines. After this was when Pearl Harbor was bombed, December 7, 1941. But here in the Philippines, it was one day ahead, mm-hmm. December 8, 1941. Mm-hmm. And I was in grade 4 when the Japanese came. Mm-hmm. But make it's a long story, but I'll just make it concise. Now, in 1944, the American forces were landing in Leyte. My sister, who happens to be the church school teacher in Bona Ritao, Nueva Vizcaya, the Japanese were so mean that they killed civilians. And we heard that my sister sometimes would be confused, won't know where home to follow. And so my mom, my older sister, my cousin, and Raquel and I decided to go up, climb the Caraballo Mountains just to deliver, fetch our sister back home to Tayog, Pangasinan. Mm-hmm. Well, of course, this is the second time that we climbed Caraballo Mountains. At first, it was when we evacuated from the Japanese forces and went to Bagabag, Nueva Vizcaya. But unfortunately, our father died of a ruptured peptic ulcer. Mm-hmm. And so we went back to Tayog, Pangasinan by foot. Took us 1 week to reach there. Mm-hmm. But this time, a different story. We climbed the Caraballo Mountains again and was able to reach Nueva Vizcaya and fetch for my oldest sister. So we on our way to go down again to climb the Caraballo Mountains and then descend on the other side. Mm. We were stopped by the Japanese squad. Mm. In fact, I can still recall the sounds of their boats marching in the street and said, "You are spies." So we were taken prisoners. We were sentenced to be decapitated. The Japanese executioner said, at 7 you have to board the Japanese truck and go to Barongbong Botor Oro. That's a broken
what
English.
Does it mean?
It should be, tomorrow you go to Bayongbong, the capital of Nueva Vizcaya, for execution. You have to dig our graves shallow graves, and then our necks would be cut. But and my cousin said, Auntie, referring to my mother. My mother was on her knees the whole time for 1 week.
Wow.
Just drank water, no food.
Wow.
And here comes the Japanese executioners carrying a kilo of pork. Cook this and eat. My mother said, we are Christians. Now, my mother refused to receive that, to accept that kilo of pork. And the Japanese was mad that he kicked her, and she was pushed to the corner of the house. Then later on, we asked her if she felt the pain. No pain at all.
Wow.
Yes. Then the time came when the Japanese soldiers wanted to rape
Your mom?
my mother, my sister, two sisters,
Wow.
and the teacher now, my sister, older sister,
Teacher.
was slapped by the Japanese, and he said, undress, take out your dress. If you don't, I will do it myself and parade you around the town. And Priscilla,
Your sister.
yeah, my sister said, I'm very sorry, sir. I don't want to be raped. I want to retain my honor. I am also a Christian. And so the Japanese got mad and slapped my sister several times. But my mother saw that someone, I cannot recall now who of the three, had monthly cycle, and the blouse was bloody. So what my mother did was to make all the dresses appear to have blood. And when the Japanese came to approach to rape them, he said, "Oh no, dirty, dirty, dirty. No, 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 no." And then said, "But we will come back after your after your menses." But at night, when the Japanese soldiers wanted to come back, their plan was not carried out because we heard the groanings of women, lots of women up there in the national highway. You can hear the pain because all the women were raped. And so that goes to show that God is a God of miracles.
Amen.
God answers prayers. He answered the prayer of my mother. But then, as I said, we were sentenced to die by decapitation. But in the morning, we are supposed to be brought to Bayongbong to be beheaded. And to be witnessed by people, it is public execution. But that afternoon, there was a Japanese officer, a very lanky and handsome officer, and said, you are good people, I'll come and deliver you at 4 o'clock a.m. When you hear the cock roosters crowing, that's the time when I come back. That night we were able to sleep, but all of us who had assignments. My assignment was to carry a big bundle of clothes. I was just imagine I was 10 years old.
Yeah, 10 years old.
Yeah, 10 years old. And so, suppose the officer that promised to save us won't come. There was a doubt, but my mother said, just believe, he will come. And we heard the steps. And lo and behold, he was the one that came that afternoon. I will arrange you by age from the oldest to the youngest. So my mother first, the teacher now, the oldest sister, and Ben Carvajal, Raquel, another sister, and I was the youngest.
Youngest.
Yeah. He said, he formed us, they told us to form in line, and then said, just follow me. We followed him. We passed through that hill. On top is a 50 caliber machine gun. Anyone moving at night would surely die. But we just went there, and there was no noise whatsoever. He said, keep on following me. And then there was a ravine, a deep, ravine. He said, come and follow me. And we followed him. We just slide right there. We didn't fall. And just followed him. When we reached the place that there is no more danger, it's already far, we look back to thank him, but he was gone. And so we believe that we were delivered by an angel.
Like an angel.
Yes, and that for sure. Now, who would deliver us at that time, the night? That's a part of the mountain and the thick forest, and it was not bright, but it was,
He looks like a Japanese, right?
Huh?
He looks like a Japanese.
Japanese,
Wow.
but handsome and spoke fluent English.
Having a goosebumps.
Yeah, fluent English. And so, because he just disappeared, we ran. My cousin Ben Carval, who happens to be struck by the Japanese on the mouth, and some teeth had been removed, and he had bloody saliva coming out from his mouth. He was the champion because of the pain. We never saw his back. And we have to climb the mountains. We were following mountain trail. If you make a mistake, you're gone. Until now, I cannot tell how tall was the Mountains, but it's one of the tallest mountains in Luzon.
Wow.
Because when we reach the top, we have to cover our noses because of thin air. You could hardly breathe. But we made it in a day. 2-day travel was made in a day because we had been running, and there was a big supply of adrenaline. Then before sundown we reached San Nicolas, Pangasinan, and that's already on the other side.
Amen.
Boy, we were so thankful. We prayed, Lord, thank you very much for saving us. And it encouraged us to follow the Lord and to come what may. He is a God, supreme God that delivers.
Amen.
Yes. But I wasn't able to move my neck for 2 months, like a post for carrying that big bundle, running.
Because you're only
Yes.
10 years old.
We believe that the God is supreme, a sovereign that controls our lives. He knows what is best. He allows trials that come, but He has a promise that He will never forsake.
Amen.
And we were delivered. That's how we were delivered.
Amen. So, sir, you have a very wonderful story. So, what's your last message to our viewers out there?
Okay? I'm very happy to tell you that God is a God of miracles.
Amen.
This experience of ours would show that God is alive. God protects, God saves, God delivers, God answers prayers. And I am a firm believer of miracles. I am happy that I serve a God who is a God of miracles. And I would encourage my viewers, my friends here in Iloilo, that never give up. Keep on following the Lord, will remain, because He's coming too soon to take us home in the kingdom. We shall live with Him throughout the ceaseless ages of eternity.
Amen. So, friends, we have heard through the story of Mr. Jose Valdez that indeed God still moves.